Welcome to the Joytoy News Review. 5 figures were announced. Absolutely diverse. For 30k, for 40k, there are some pretty nice characters, but let's start with the simple. There are 3 new Sanguinary guardsmen, in addition to the Blood Angels from the week before last. All primaries. I've already lost count of which are gold and not red Blood Angels figures. And it seems to me that they have more gold warriors in their model range. In my opinion, these guys are boring. One of them has an alternative head that looks like the head of Gilliman on minimal settings. The weapons are typical: a sword, an inferno melter, wrist bolters, spears. They all have jump packs within large flaps, and stands for the flight display. Perhaps the only weapon which is a little interesting is a spear with the Order's flag. There were no such things before. The declared height is 12.3 cm, just like the previous guys. Accordingly, the scale is also calculated, so they can fit into their tank. And now we can say that this is another new size for the primaries in 40k from Joytoy. A small step back after Titus. In principle, this is probably nice. A definite plus is that the old figures, the second, third generation, will look more confident next to them. This is especially important for the Blood Angels, because they are commanded by Dante, a third generation figure, and he seems to look good next to them, according to the first live photos. Let's move on, and definitely the most interesting hero of this announcement is CYPHER, the leader of Fallen Dark Angels. I'm not an expert at all in his history, and even in the back of his legion, everything seems ambiguous there, but Joytoy called this guy Chaos Space Marine. At the same time, he looks decent, even versus the legion's coat of arms, which makes his armor much more beautiful. To be honest, I can't determine the pattern. Is it MK3 or MK4 or MK7? Because firstly, CYPHER wears a huge cloak with the hood. Secondly, the armor is very heavily customized, so that even the backpack looks like something incomprehensible. His left part is a scabbard for a sword the size of a Space Marine, and for some reason there is some kind of a counter built in there. Maybe it measures blood pressure. The engines are similar to the Maximus armor. The man is nicely armed. There's a small knife, twin pistols, one of which is a custom plasma, the second is a custom bolter. One more interesting thing that I want to note is the left shoulder pad, like a real knight. The armor looks cool. With such visual, you can even break into the Age of Sigmar. And the last thing, as far as I understand, the sword cannot be taken out of the scabbard, otherwise it would be shown. The plot of the sword is very mysterious, and it cannot be taken out of the scabbard. Given such a story and the pompous visual, I assume that it works like a Dracnaean or the sword of Castellan Crow. The height of the figure is declared as 12.5 cm. The last hero is a little less interesting, but no less important for the plot of the heresy. This is Aximand, so-called Little Horus, captain of the Thieves' Company, and in fact he looks like an ordinary praetor of the Sons of Horus. Cool shield, cool sword, custom Maximus armor, custom bolter. The black helmet with the plumes for me does not fit the style, especially considering what a cool face with the battle green they made for the figure. But I don't understand what kind of seam this is. A scar right across the bald head. Nevertheless, the figure is a nice deal, if you collected the 16 Legion especially. You can take it, put the unhelmeted head on, and share the helmet with Abaddon. It has a plume and matches Abaddon's color scheme. To me it's perfect. Of course, this is only my opinion. The declared height is 12.5 cm. As an officer, he fits perfectly into the model range of the Moon Wolves. This is where this day's announcements end. Please write in the comments how you like the new heroes. Surely someone has already identified their shortcomings, so we can discuss it. On that, thanks for watching. If you want to see my reviews of Warhammer action figures, feel free to visit my channel. And have a nice day.